it's TCG here, and today we are gonna talk about error cards. Yeah, that's right. The Pokemon Company and the old school Wizards of the Coast Company did make quite some mistakes throughout the years. And today we are gonna look at the few interesting cards. It's a top 10, so buckle up. Some cards are just common misspellings, like Psyduck for example, with the text flip a coin. How do you even do that? It should be flip a coin, so those are quite hilarious, but those cards will not be included in this list. Also, miscuts you might have, or miscuts in general, misprinted set logos and stuff will not be included. I'm only gonna talk about the cards that were simply weird or unusable when they got printed for competitive play. Alright, so as mentioned, so sit back, relax, and I'll take you through a journey in time where cards popped up in sets that got everyone scratching their head. First up on the list is the base set Ninetales. Okay, first up, there doesn't look anything wrong with this card when you first look at it, but if you take a closer look, we see that the attack Fire Blast doesn't deal any damage at all. Quite strange indeed. It simply states discard one fire energy attached to Ninetales in order to use the attack. Okay, and the attack doesn't deal any damage, so that's a bit silly. It's even more worthless than the attack Splash or something, so we lose an extra energy. Why would you ever use that? So this was quickly fixed in later print runs, and it also got an narration, so it actually has to deal 80 damage with Fire Blast. So yeah, you can imagine yourselves that when this card got first printed in the time where internet wasn't a huge thing, this got everyone hyped up, and yeah, that was kind of crazy, that misprint. Okay, next up is Dark Vileplume, and this is an item slash trainer locking monster that has been around in the TCG scene a lot. It first got printed in the Dark, the Team Rocket set. So what do we see here? There isn't anything wrong with this card. You can just play it. It doesn't, there's not anything off with this card. But if you look a little bit closer, you see that it's weak to fighting. What grass type Pokemon is weak to fighting? What a weird thing indeed. So they got rid of that weakness and changed it back to the fire weakness and the later print runs, but this is only for the non-holographic versions of the card. So that was kind of strange indeed, because we could actually run a mixed line between Vileplumes that were weak to fire and that were weak to fighting. So yeah, imagine yourself in the competitive scene. Everybody got kind of hyped up for this Dark Vileplume. That was an error card. Next up is Dark Golbat, which is actually had some luck on its side. Its Pokemon Power Sneak Attack stage. When you play this Dark Golbat from your hand, you may choose one of your opponent's Pokemon. If you do, Dark Golbat deals 10 damage to that Pokemon. And it also states apply weakness and resistance, which wasn't supposed to happen. When the original Japanese card stated, they actually stated doesn't apply weakness and resistance, but when they came overseas, they actually made it a little bit stronger and added apply weakness and resistance. So that was kind of strange indeed, and actually worked out a lot against the oh so popular Blastoise deck, which was around at that period in time. Okay, we are still in the Team Rocket era. There was another promotional card released. This called Dark Persian. This Persian doesn't have the best attacks in the world, let us be honest, but it didn't come with any HP, so that immediately caught your eye right there. So in theory, this card could never be knocked out because it simply doesn't have any HP. People were going crazy over this card. Wizards of the Coast admitted that this was an error, and this card was actually supposed to have 60 HP, but instead it doesn't have any HP. It has blank HP, and if that's why this card is one of the more famous error cards ever printed. Alright, next up is the Rockets Minefield, released in Gym Challenge. This is a stadium card that has some unclear meaning to the text. Let me just inform you. Whenever a player puts a basic Pokemon onto his or her bench, from his or her hand, he or she flips a coin. If tails, put damage counters on that Pokemon. Wow, so the amount of damage counters is not specified, so yeah, you could imagine yourself, you could put countless arguments around the schoolyard. Everyone got people talking about this card. Just dropping bazillion damage counters on Pokemon could happen because it doesn't state how many damage counters. So anyway, this card actually had a text correction in later print runs, actually stating the amount, which was 2 damage counters. So actually it's kind of a weaker and older version of the now so popular Team Magma secret base. I just love revisiting old cards. It's just so much fun. Next up is, the most popular error card ever in my opinion. It is Blaine's Charizard. This card also had a lot of people talking when it first got released, and all that because of the first attack. Roaring Flames for a single fire energy states. Just open your ears, it's kind of, weird. Discard all fighting energies attached to Blaine's Charizard. If all energy cards attached to Blaine's Charizard provide 2 fire energy, discard all of them. This attack does 20 damage plus 20 more for each fire energy discarded in this way. Wow, mind blown right there. How the hell did kids understand this? Does this mean we had to throw in fighting energies in our deck? Did we need fire energies in order to use the attack? Everything was not clear at all. So it got reprinted in a later print run with the correct energy symbol, which was indeed a fire energy. So discard all fire energies, not fighting energies. But yeah, that error spread around like wildfire. Yeah, get it? Just because Charizard is one of the most popular Pokemon ever, and yeah, an error card about a Charizard is always yeah, got the people talking. Okay, now we enter the Neo series, one of my favorite sets ever. Neo, wow, brings back so much memories. First up is the Scizor. This has an awesome looking artwork, and it actually got a buff from the translation from Japanese to the overseas English print. Because its first attack, Double Claw, deals 20 damage plus, yeah, then we flip 2 coins for some reason, and then we deal 20 more damage for each heads. So it was actually supposed to be 20 damage times the number of heads, so not plus. So this was actually kind of a little bit stronger than the Japanese counterpart, stronger than it was supposed to be, so that was kind of strange indeed. But Scizor is an awesome Pokemon, I love to have that error card. Next up is Unknown Sea from the Neo Destiny set. This card had a Pokemon power, which were the equivalents to the Now abilities, and as long as Unknown Sea is your active Pokemon, whenever your opponent's active Pokemon try to retreat, they flip a coin. If heads, put 1 damage counter on that Pokemon. Apply weakness and resistance. Wow, resistance and weakness apply to a damage counter, which is kind of strange because a damage counter is not specified. So only pure damage can be added with applying weakness and resistance. So yeah, that was kind of strange indeed. That's why I wanted to put it on the list here. Now 2 more cards for you. Next up is another famous error card. I had one myself when it got first released in the Diamond and Pearl era. We had Empoleon Lv. Level X's were the equivalents of the Now breaks, and they were really good. And yeah, certain cards were just overpowered like Luxray, but we're gonna just talk about Empoleon Lv here. In an early print run, this Pokemon power was incorrectly stated as a Pokebody. It was fixed for the 10 promos, but this also led to a lot of confusion because it worked as a Poke Power while it is considered a Pokebody. Wow, what is this? Yeah, some Pokemon yeah, just blocked Pokemon powers, while this was just a Pokebody because it was a stamp of Pokebody. Wow, this was strange indeed and got everyone scratching their head because how does the rule imply? Well, it got a narration, so at least we got that. And to finish off the video, we go back to our boy Charizard. Yeah, and the set Plasma Freeze, kind of yeah, quite recent in my opinion. It got another secret rare, which was awesome. And the weird thing about this is that they went back to the roots of making common energy mix-up mistakes and gave it an attack that required a fighting energy. So nobody knows why they keep doing that, but the error card stays. So the Plasma Storm Secret Rare Charizard again got printed with a fighting energy. So that was indeed so much fun to look at all these cards. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, yeah, I'm gonna make more videos about throughout the years. This is a series I'm doing on the channel. Already talked about banned cards throughout the years, and yeah, more. Definitely check them out on the channel. More videos will come up, so be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, so you don't miss out. And I'm yeah, giving the video a little like is also much appreciated, since that gives me the motivation to make more and better videos for you guys. And this was Zapdos TCG here. I will see you guys soon enough with more videos. Thanks again for watching, and I'm out. Peace.